All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 4 of JDL season 2. Tonight I'm joined by Maggie, Lex, and Brady, and we're going to break through. We're going to go from match to match like usual. We're going to analyze the trainers' teams, what we thought they could have done better during the battle, what they did do, what they brought. And we're going to start off again. We're starting at the top. We're going to go with me versus Parker from Paldea. And I forget what our division names are, real quick. Galar
That's
and
a Lola,
Callis.
isn't it? No, that's
Thank
Gala.
you. So let's look at the teams. Let's start first. I'm going to go with Rod. Parker has brought Stoutland, Gigalith, Skarmory, Houndstone, Sceptile, and Garchomp. I have brought Dragapult, Incineroar, Kartana, Mega Pidgeot, Sylveon, and Golduck. I guess I'm gonna talk about my team first because I have the insight saying as I built it. So Dragapult is basically, this is like the best to deal with Parker's team. Dragon Darts, with that speed, it always outspeeds everything on Parker's team except for Scarf Sceptile. However, we're fine with that because we're actually kind of resistant to because Sceptile is Parker's Z captain, it actually would outspeed if it's holding a Z move, and we can OHKO it with a lot of our moves. Fire Blast is specifically for the Houndstone matchup. In case Houndstone is fluffy, it'll take more damage from Fire Blast than it would from Dragon Darts. Dragon Darts is for Garchomp, and Steel Wing is specifically for Mega Diancie, which unfortunately didn't get brought. Incineroar's set is to help deal with Garchomp. We've got Parting Shot, we've got Will-O-Wisp, we've got a Protective Pad, so we can actually like fake out and knock off Garchomp without being rough-skinned. We have a pretty standard Kartana set. We've got a pretty standard Pidgeot set. I've actually opted to bring Heat Wave for Skarmory this week. We have what feels like a pretty, in my opinion, standard bulky Sylveon set. This is kind of so it could wall Mega Diancie. And then we have Golduck making its first appearance. The reason for Golduck is because I feel like Golduck was really good in denying Parker that weather that Parker does like to run. And so I felt like with like Flip Turn and Heavy Duty Boots, it could have some ability. And it could kind of like threaten with Scald, Ice Beam, and Focus Blast a little bit. I mean, that's really it, so I guess... wait, we've got to look at Parker's team. Parker has brought Choice Band Stoutland with Sand Rush, which is pretty what I expected. Return and Crunch, I think, are good brings. I don't know what Crunch hits on my team. Dragapult.
Crunch would hit Dragapult.
There we go. Fire Fang, I think, is good for stuff like Fortress and Kartana. It obliterates them. And I like Facade in case you get burned from Incineroar. I think Gigalith has a really good set as well. I like the Rock Blast for like breaking like Fortress sturdy. Rest gives some good bulk, especially if it can't be immediately threatened by anything on my team, which I don't think it can be, really, except for like Kartana. And then I'll Stealth Rock because why not? This is an interesting Skarmory set because it has like Whirlwind to force pivots out, but like it doesn't have spikes or Stealth Rock to set them itself, so it's really relying on the Gigalith rocks, which I'm not as big on. But I still think all those moves are absolutely really good on it. I think the Houndstone set super interesting. We've got offensive Houndstone. You can tell Last Specs is banned. But I like this set a lot. I think Ice Fang is really scary to a lot of my threats, like both Mega Pidgeot which Mega Pidgeot is like a kind of like a counter into Houndstone, so I think the Ice Fang's really good bring there. And I'm guessing with Spell Tag, Poltergeist is probably like a guaranteed kill. Fighting MZ, really interesting for me on Sceptile. I don't hate it though. I can see why you would bring it. With stuff like Kartana and Incineroar both being weak to it, and I feel like those would both be, again, pretty good switch-ins into Sceptile.
I also think if you had brought Fortress, the Fight Z is actually a good tech just to make sure you can actually do damage to it with Sceptile.
Yeah. And this Garchomp set I find really funny because of Clear Amulet. When I was talking about, like, oh yeah, I brought Protective Pads on Incineroar so I could, like, deal with Garchomp, and then he brought Clear Amulet so it couldn't be hit by Incineroar Intimidate. Like, well fucking played, Parker. I love that tech. I like a little bit of bulk on Garchomp, especially because I'm pretty sure it would kill like anything on my team after a Swords Dance. And Fire Fang again, really good. Bring like on Herdy or on Stoutland. No, I like this team a lot. I think it's really well prepped. Let's jump into the battle. I start off with Dragon Ball because again, I can see I feel like I outspeed most things, except I see exactly that. However, that now actually tells me a little bit of info, and that is that it's not Scarfed, and so Dragon Ball will always outspeed. Here you have Golduck already putting in work. I was expecting to switch to Sceptile there, which is why I went for the Roost. And then we adjust and go for Scald. Unfortunately, it switched out. And Parker, I think wisely starts just going for Roost as we go for some chip with Mystical Fire. And like that thing's always style is surprisingly bulky to me. So is Insect. We get a nice parting shot though, which now we know Dragon Ball is faster, which means I can just go for a U-turn. And now comes in Paper Cut, which is good damage with Leaf Blade. And I won't lie, I got really confused when that happened. I was like, why the fuck is this thing faster than me? I forgot it got Sand Rush because I've used it with Fluffy so many times. But that was a good little mental note then, because I knew this, and I was like, okay, then that means Stoutland is Play Rough, or not Play Rough, Sand Rush. We went for a Will-O-Wisp on it. Unfortunately, we get Gigalith, but we go for Parting Shot. His out comes Golduck to get rid of that pesky sand.
Willow's really good into his team.
I know, that's exactly what I was thinking about. The only thing that's like scary is if he has... Also, that's such good damage.
That's a very good Ice Beam. Oh man, and you like
that
eat
is
that.
Max, but this would have max HP on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So I was unsure if this was like rest talk, and then I see this. He doesn't have sleep talk, and that was like really big info. So I can just go for a little bit of chip. I don't get a lot because of Sand Boost.
Then out comes the Rock Blast.
Flip turn. Back into Sylveon. And this is so nice for me. This is actually... So, I like the rest stuff. However, there's one part about it that actually kind of makes Parker's team a little vulnerable. And that's that I can do this. And there's no counter.
Yeah, it's just free Kartana.
Yeah. That doesn't do like anything.
Yeah.
Though.
No, I mean it's a
I
Skarmory.
always forget how like.
I'm surprised you stayed in because I feel like a body press just kills you.
Think? Oh wait, I forgot to talk about that. I don't have a normal Kartana set. Oh my god, I don't. No, I have max defense.
Oh, max defense.
Because with again, that's how I was talking about, like with Choice Scarf for Kartana, or for Pult with those EVs. Kartana outspeeds everything on Parker's team, so I can go max defense, and it's lovely.
Yeah, you actually live something.
Yeah. It's not a paper airplane now. It's a ream of paper airplane. And we got a little bit of chip with Sylveon. This thing does like. I mean, to be fair, I think part of me was like also just forgetting how bulky Gigalith can be. Was he max Spadef? He was, yeah. So I'm doing like nothing. Yeah, Protect's pretty free here, which I think Parker does a really good job of just predicting the Protect. Yeah, I think my goal, if I'm not mistaken, was to try and bait out the rest. Unfortunately, we get the suboptimal like switch. And then my goal here was I was like kind of hoping. I was like, wait, can we two-shot Skarmory? Unfortunately, we can't. But you know who can one-shot Skarmory? Him, but he's not allowed to be on the battlefield.
Mega Pidgeot. Probably can with Heat Wave.
And then it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh.
I forget. Was he? He was okay. He was Spinef invested. That does nothing. No, I feel like I should have gone for. Did I have? No, I had defog, not Roost. I should have gone for a defog there. I feel. But this is really nice. 'Cause now it's easy for me to use, and we get the burn. We get the burn. That's chip.
A really nice burn.
And we missed the focus blast. That's kind of unlucky.
However, that miss is
That
huge.
miss is really huge for.
I would have just gone for, although,
Skull.
oh, it's Facade,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Go for fake out. We got the fake out shit.
Oh, Return and Facade is
I like the
crazy.
attack if you're expecting the Incineroar burns, but you want that damage. Stallin's putting in its work now, especially because of how fast it is. But I'm like, okay. That might be a lucky crit. But I feel like, again, because I know this thing I have 2 turns of sleep on it. I think that's smart from Parker.
Subtile switch feels
No,
kinda
I think
greedy.
it's actually really smart from Parker because I feel like he's trying to get those like the sand back up for Stoutland, and I really like it. Because he knows he can't outspeed otherwise, and I feel like that's a really good switch end. That's actually really unlucky for him. Like I think this battle does actually
Yeah.
no, it probably doesn't go any differently if I live or die on that turn. Oh no, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. What am I saying?
Yeah, he would have still had Scar.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, because Pidgeot would have died a turn earlier. Wait.
Now, of course, there still is a huge 50-50 at the end because, like, thanks to your defense investment, Fire Fang is
I mean, we
in
would
the
have
no-go.
also got sped because he's not Scarf if he goes for Swords Dance. Parker was debating between like Scale Shot at the end, and I did do the calcs. He would outspeed us after a Scale Shot, I believe, because I think Cart's like, what is Cartana's speed again? I think it's slower than Garchomp, right?
109?
I'm also uninvested, and he is invested. So
I hate the fact that I just know that.
So he is invested. No, I think. But like I did the calc, it does not OHKO even after because in that he wouldn't have had the Swords Dance boost in that case. But then, Cartano would have died to Rough Skin, so it would have been a draw.
That would have
I
been really
agree.
funny.
However, I will say I want to personally say either MVP. I think MVP Polt in my opinion because they kind of just like clean up towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Golden also helped
agree.
out just by existing.
Yes.
But that was a team effort
It really
game.
was.
That team, your team for here, there's not really an MVP. It's like Sylveon did work, Dragapult did work, Pidgeot did work, Golduck did work.
A week for Mon of the week.
I would agree with Polt.
All right.
I would say Polt as well because honestly, it feels like Golduck is almost the MVP, but since it missed the Focus Blast, it just badly can't be.
If it hit
Yeah,
the Focus Blast,
if
it's MVP.
if Golduck hit that Focus Blast,
I
it was
agree.
MVP.
I agree. Hey, Dragon Ball can't miss those Dragon Darts, so. No, I feel like it did.
But I don't think it's in contention for Mod of the Week, which I think is fair because that was a team
I
effort game.
agree.
That was not a
Mon
one-man
of the Week
show.
definitely feels like it's more of a one-man show kind of like reward. But it's definitely the Mon of the match. But yeah. I think a good showing from Parker in that battle. I think he prepped really well. As we now get on to Aurora versus Violet. Aurora, this will be the last team, or last week in which Aurora has the old team. After this week, she will have her new team. Just because of how it worked out. She had the old team for this week, and then next week she has. So unfortunately, we only have images. Oh, but they open up pretty widely, so that's nice. Okay, so on Aurora side we have Mega Titar, Alcremie, Empoleon, Dracovish, Kilowattrel, Cofagrigus, and on Violet's team we have Klefki, Suicune, Shenpao, Piloswine, Mega Slowking, or Mega Glowking, or not Mega Glowking, Glowking, and this Magic.
I would not want to see Mega Glow King.
I think it should just have, like, the massive fucking head.
It's just got a really big noggin.
No, it's like the
and plus 50 to both of its defenses.
Just be like the special version of Mega Bro.
Yeah, it's just got like a really big head.
I guess let's go over the teams.
I'm really happy to see Boots
I agree.
Tianpao this
I think
time.
it's really, really nice. I feel like Boots is like a must-have on that mon. We have Max HP, Max Defense, Klefki with dual screens and Thunder Wave. We've got bulky physical Suicune with Scald, Ice, and Calm Mind Substitute. Offensive Chien-Pao. We've got Max Pidef, Max HP, Glow King, which not surprised by. We have a slightly bulky Miss Magius. I'm guessing again it's kind of like a speed EVs and speed creeping situation.
I'm a little thrown off that, like, so with Violet's team in mind, Piloswine is one of the only two mods that get Stealth Rocks. I'm a little thrown off that, like, I think this is the first time she's brought it.
I believe it was. And you're wondering why there's no Stealth Rocks. Yeah, no hazards or hazard removal has me raise a little bit of an eyebrow. I think that's something I criticized Violet's team at the start of, where there's very little. It does have Glow King with Ground and Poison though, but that doesn't provide much. However, it doesn't matter, because also on the opposite side we have no hazards or hazard removal either. We have Power Up Punch, which I don't really like on Mega T-Star. Not too sold on. We got Stone Edge, Knockoff for Stab, Earthquake for coverage. We've got Calm Mind and Aromatherapy, Alcremie. We have Scarf Jaw, Dracovish, AV and Empoleon, which I found a little interesting, but also just the moves a little questioning. Like, I still feel like Flip Turn would have been nice here, I guess. Sorry, you're saying, Brady?
Yeah, I was just saying Air Slash is weird. And I do think you're right. Like, you should always have D-Dance over Power Up Punch on Mega T-Tar if you want the attack boost. So you just get that speed as well.
I agree. I don't know how I feel about, like, the agility on Kilowattrel.
I'm sorry, I just looked at the last one though. Choice Band,
I
Cofagrigus.
really don't like that. Cofagrigus is such a good physical check, and this feels like just I don't see the value that would benefit out of running it in this form, or like the opportunity cost. Like, I don't see what this set would give compared to like bulky one, which could, despite its typing, wall Chien-Pao.
Additionally, Body Press doesn't belong on this set at all.
Actually, no, because Body Press's damage is boosted by Band.
Oh, okay, it is still boosted by
that's
Band, got it.
Little fun fact for our Zamazenta users.
Oh no.
It's me. I'm the Zamazenta user.
Yeah, let's jump into the battle. I think that was. We got the instant like double switch on turn 1. I will say a burn from oh, never mind. A burn from Napoleon will be really good on Suicune because it does negate that. Like it does negate that leftovers, especially when you're Calm Mind substitute. I feel like going for the substitute here, even when you're like it's kind of greedy. I feel in a way. I mean, it does take 2 turns for you to lose your sub, which is very nice.
Does that crit matter?
I think so.
Through the Calm Mind?
That second,
yes.
Does matter.
Yeah, because it broke it the first time, not that time.
Well, no, because it took 2 grass knocks to break.
Ah.
The first time, yeah. I will say that second substitute though, that feels incredibly greedy as well. That's a lovely switch in for Aurora though. I mean, I feel like everyone with therapy was kind of using it because he was expecting a switch. Didn't quite know what to do there. This feels... That feels really wrong.
Oh, no.
I would have chanced the hit on Cough,
Yeah, I would have
honestly.
gone for like body press. If you click body press, that thing's dead. I mean, you do kill Suicune out of it. That feels like a waste of the Draco Vish though as well. Like I feel like you just switch to Alchemy or even.
What ability is the Draco
Strong
Vish
Jaw.
running? Strong Jaw. Okay.
And again, I feel like I feel like you kind of do. Like even I know Klefki's gonna come out here. Honestly, you go knock off of heal because you get rid of Klefki. If Klefki comes in, you get rid of the keys like Clay. So now it's doing like less. It's got less what's the word? Less turns with those walls. Staying in on Pilot Swine feels kind of greedy. You know the thing's going to outbulk you, especially going for a second power punch. I feel like if anything, you go for knockoff, get rid of its EV light, make it way less bulky. I will say Skarmory doing really, or not Skarmory, Empoleon's doing amazing damage. And I feel like you just go for body press here, right? Yeah, like that's behind Reflect.
So actually, does the Ruins ability affect your own or everyone
It does not
else's?
affect your own. They're all actually each
Okay.
immune to their own ability from themselves as well, like on the opponent's side.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask if that like mummy switch actually like mattered.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it loses it now. But like, I feel like if you have a little, like if you have bulky Cofagrigus, it dies there and you don't die. Yeah, I feel like we're kind of waiting for that Terra Water. That Earthquake did a lot. Like I feel like Kilowatt Roll comes in. I feel like you don't go for the Z right away. Yeah, just go for a little bit of chip. I would have Z'd here. I feel like this is kind of a mon you want to Z on. I mean, I feel like I would.
Late
I
Z
would've
there.
Z'd last turn. I mean, I think it would still take 2 turns to kill. But I feel like you can't lose Kilowatt Roll here. That's really, really not good. And yeah, I think at that point it's sort of like a kind of fuck situation. Although I think going through that Calm Mind was just kind of like not forfeit, like but like just like accepting defeat. Cause it is over. It is over. Yeah, like that's the fact of the matter is like the battle is over by that point of that turn. It doesn't matter what you click. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there was like Aurora. I think with like if had a real Cofagrigus set and had like played a few different moves differently, I feel like could have actually won this.
And I do think we have to like remember that this is not a team that Aurora
Yeah.
picked.
Mhm. I
This is Aurora stepping
like. I
in
definitely
for
think
a
that's
brand
the.
new team.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a case where they didn't really feel comfortable or really know how to properly utilize the mons they did have at their disposal.
I am curious then to see like how, because Kilowattrel and Empoleon were ones that were the two that were kept on this roster going forward. So I'm curious to see what's done with them. Because I will say I think we all kind of raised like, an eyebrow at that Empoleon set, or is it just me and Brady that were a little bit?
It's definitely not I would have ran, especially that flip turn. But like it actually kind of worked
No,
this
I agree.
week.
Empoleon
So
did do
who
some
you
good
know?
work this week.
I just find the air slash weird. I think everything else looks
Yeah.
kind of fine if you're gonna go AV on this mon.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't disagree.
What are you feeling for MVP?
Terrible.
Sorry, what did you say, Brady?
I'm saying AV's not terrible. I just think the move choices are a
I
bit
agree.
questionable.
I don't like the agility though on Kilowattrel. That's the one thing. Like, I feel like you could have honestly brought like Weather Ball, which could have given you some good coverage with
That would've been-
both the weathers. But again, this isn't a team that Aurora like
That would've
really
been
knows
sick.
well. It's a team she had to pick up for a week. So we'll see how she does going forward. I want to say MVP Piloswine.
I was gonna say the Piloswine or like maybe the Glow King as well
I feel like
also
Piloswine
helped.
kinda
But
put in
honestly, the
work.
Piloswine was the best mon. It would be
Not
really
for me
funny
to
if like
say.
last
I think
battle's MVP was almost Golduck, and then this battle's MVP is Piloswine.
Yeah, I want.
I know,
I
right?
want to say
Interesting.
The
Piloswine.
tier 5s are rising up.
All right, moving on. We have the polar opposite battle. The top of the table versus bottom of the table. Lex versus Siah Stone. How'd it feel having to punch up this
Oh
week,
yeah,
Lex?
come on, Siah.
How'd it feel
what was
having to
that?
punch up far above your weight class?
Oh, you know, it was tough. You know, I do make I do make a misclick, or not a misclick, just like
Yeah,
a
so
wrong
Siah didn't
play,
actually.
and I'll
Siah didn't actually
explain it.
send his team, so we have no team to go off of. Anyways, so Lex's team is Zamazenta, Clodsire, Mandibuzz, Lapras, Hisuian Lilligant, Tinkaton versus Alakazam, Darkrai, Electivire, Gastrodon, Turtonator, and Mega Sceptile. I hate this team. Let's look at your team.
It's a lot of the
That's
mods I
a
brought
Zamazenta
every week.
set.
I've brought
That's a
Zom,
Mandibuzz
Claude,
set.
Mandibuzz every week.
Ooh, spicing up
Claude Siah.
Claude, spikes over Stealth Rock. Oh, that's why you brought them on Tinkaton.
What do you think of the Lapras
That
set?
is a Lapras set. I'm assuming Freeze Rise just so you can like threaten Gastrodon.
Yes, it two hits Gastrodon, and Gastrodon can't do it back.
The only thing I want to like look at is that Lilligant set. Not the set itself. I think the set's pretty standard and pretty good. Like because of that. No, but the one thing I want to point out with Lilligant is the item, which is Wide Lens. I am not sold on this item on Hustlemons, and let me explain why. So for those who don't know, Wide Lens increases your attack by 1.1 times. So basically, if your move has 90 accuracy, it now becomes 99%. I am not sold on this item in the slightest. And let me explain why. So, the main appeal of this item is to increase your mon's accuracy, but you have to really think about when you're looking at Wide Lens, how much is increasing it by. And it is 10% of the move's current accuracy. Now, with a mon like Hisuian Lilligant that has Hustle, it looks really, really good because you're increasing your accuracy. You're kind of negating Hustle's drawback. But you have to think that you're only increasing it by 8%. You are still at, I believe, yeah, you're still at, so these 80% accurate moves are now only 88% accurate, which I feel like is not a big enough jump where it really justifies bringing the item.
I mean, so I brought it because I didn't need any other item for damage. Like, I was already doing the damage I needed to do anyway. If I got, like, if I got a victory dance off, or even if like I did get a victory dance off, I was killing a lot of stuff anyway. I didn't need the Z move this week because I was just killing everything anyway. So I felt like just making this mon slightly more reliable was like the best thing I could do with my item slot.
Yeah, I was also just saying like I'm not big on it. Like I feel like it's not that good of an item in general. I will say the one Pokemon I think it's really good on is this guy right here, Nusselt. Because
I was gonna comment on that. I said I was gonna comment that on too.
Because you bring it for Population Bomb, because Population Bomb like triple X is like an accuracy check every turn. But I think it's good because Population Bomb is 90% accurate, so you are getting that full value. It becomes 99% accurate, which is basically 100% accurate. Anyway, onto the battle. This is probably the worst turn 1 Siah could have had. Yeah. Just it waters, and that's unlucky. That's actually really unlucky. You get your spikes up, and that does like.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
Hey, Siah still got this.
Oh yeah, this one could actually be like scary for you if it has Side Shock. Oh, it's going for Calm Mind. Like if it goes for another Calm Mind.
And another Calm Mind.
Does it know that you might have Unaware, or what that does?
I told Siah this turn that it has Unaware.
He also doesn't have Side Shock.
Went for.
So this, I just forget that thing has Earthquake, honestly.
Oh no.
That's Chip.
And that's
my mistake. I don't Leaf Storm because I think that would have just like prevented you from substituting.
I mean, I don't think the sub in the longest term was like that bad there. I know you weren't max speed on Dark or on Zom, so like you can't threaten Darkrai.
Yeah, so for whatever reason I was thinking, oh, it outspeeds me, I substitute, and then I outspeed the next turn, which obviously is not how it works.
It's hard to point it out. Why does it have Shadow Ball? It hits the exact same type super effective as Dark. Now, it hits Fairies for neutral, but why not just bring Sludge Bomb? And I know Tinkaton is immune to Sludge Bomb, but then why not bring Focus Blast, which does more damage than Shadow Ball when it hits? I know it doesn't always hit.
Because Focus Blast is 70% accurate.
Either way, I really don't like the Shadow Ball. What is he doing? No Boots on Turtonator, I don't like. That's unlucky. That's not a good move. I don't like the offensive Turtonator. That's Chip. That's Chip.
At that point, that's more than Chip.
That's Chip. And like, yeah, that's about what I expect.
Yeah, I could have had another 5 kills for Zamazenta if I didn't click substitute.
So what is the match with Mon of the match? Because it's not Zamazenta.
Lilligant Hisui, it just cleaned up.
Hey.
I was gonna say, or Claude, because Claude stopped the ×2 Alakazam.
Yeah. I can get behind.
Like, I don't know, this is another battle where, like, I don't really have an MVP, because every Mon kind of chips in a little bit.
I'm good to say Claude.
I think Claude beating an Alakazam is just really funny.
So yeah, we need to get you to lock in.
Okay, I believe in time.
Next,
we can do it.
Andro. Ooh. Surely I can find the link to their battle somewhere. Oh wait, they went like super early, didn't they?
Yeah, I think like this was one of the first ones of the week.
I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't recall seeing sets for these.
Oh, that could hurt it. That could be the issue. There might not be sets for these. Yep, looks like we got no sets. Okay. In that case, yep, no sets. All right. Now then, Andro has brought Slowking, Titan, Lando Incarnate, Starfetched, Heatran, and Megaltaria. Lia has brought Sandy Shocks, Clefable, King Gambit, Mesprit, Volcanion, and Yanmega. Man, I hate that Yanmega. Why does it look like Surfetch is like standing forward or like below them all? You see what I mean?
You know, that's just always an odd thing with its sprite.
I think it's so the sword doesn't clip out of the screen.
Alright, yeah, the start.
I agree. I think so too.
I think this is that's a really good trick. That's damage.
The defog there is a little
Yeah, I
greedy.
agree. I feel like it would be better to go for like a steam eruption. Just get that thing off the field.
Heatran's just nuking her team.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Set up a wish.
Bye, Mega. Like, how many times have we seen Mega enter the field to immediately die?
You. It needs
Pause
you.
real quick. Like, pause the battle. Look how much chip it got on the whole team. Like, if you want to hover over every Pokemon.
Full half.
Like, you can't rely on Sticky Bar
40%,
to just...
4% dead.
to fully wear down a
I
Heatran.
think-
You have to attack it
I
at
think
least
it's already
once
MVP
or twice.
Heatran.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, like-
it's just crazy. And they got wishes off, too. It got so much damage off, in general.
Defogging on the Volcanion was like, I think, one of the biggest possible misplays of this match.
I agree. I think the Healing Wish is really good, especially because you deny the U-turn. Don't know if Clefable is the best mod to have brought out. Like, it's the one that's fun.
I actually really like cussed up Healing
Yeah.
Wish. I think that's a really
Lex,
funny
take
combo.
notes. Weirdly enough, I don't feel like Sandy Shocks is actually the best counter into... I also think going for the Terra Ice right away is really bad, right?
Yeah, I agree. In case
It
gets
feels
parried.
really greedy.
Like, now is when I would go for Terra Ice, when this thing comes out. That's actually really good for Clefable to just tank that. Going for Wish, really, really bad, though.
This is a huge greed.
The substitute or the Sandy Shocks?
The wish.
Oh. I don't know why you want. I guess you're expecting the Lando switch, but like I feel like you just go for Thunderbolt, right?
Does the Titan not have belly drum?
Maybe not.
Probably.
I don't think Andro has ran Belly Drum a single week.
Like, that sub is just perfect for a belly drum right there.
And then first impression back. Yeah, I think you just go from. It's probably. I guess it's. I was expecting like Bandits to say, but it's clearly not. I mean, to be fair, I feel like it's kind of GG at that point.
The Surface is putting in so much work,
It
too.
really is. Yeah, it's actually only a 1-0 win. But like, I feel like that just that chip from Heatran early. I feel like Terra was. I mean, like Terra was not So the reason I say the Terra I think was used too early is because I feel like you could, if you were, when did it Terra? Yeah, so what if it went for paralysis, or like went for Thunderwave predicting the Terra? I feel like you just lose your Sandy Shocks at that point, right?
Pretty much, Sandy Shocks loses a lot of its utility right there.
But I really do want to say, just for doing so much chip MVP Heatran, because it made it really hard for Lia to like crawl back up. It went 1 for 1 and got like 3 Mons to half health, and I think that's genuinely just so good.
It also pretty much jeopardized Volcanion for the entire rest of the game. If Volcanion is at full health at the end there, it probably kills Lando.
Actually, maybe not, because it doesn't live in Earth Power.
Depends on the item.
It was boots.
Oh no, I mean on the Lando, because it
Oh,
was like...
its item. Yeah, Lando had its item knocked off earlier.
Oh, neat. Who knows then?
Yeah. I think for what was clearly a Mon that just was like left on the field to die, Heatran puts in so much work. Now we have the last battle before Bacon swap. Bacon versus Poke. I think Bacon had a misunderstanding of one of our rules, which is, because his trades weren't active, I believe he was under the impression he couldn't use his old Pokemon either, which he was able to. So he basically had to bring all the Pokemon he didn't swap.
Yeah, so Cramorant's getting playing time. Huh.
Yeah. It would seem that is the case. Ready for Bacon's... We get an awesome Bacon. There we go! That's what we live for! I can read it though. So...
So no, it's boots.
So small?
Oh yeah, the triple shoes. So, let's go over Pokeset first, because it's more readable. Iron Valiant has Scarf with Jolly, and then we have Brick Break, Swift Break, Thunder Punch, and Single Cut. We have Max Spadef, Max HP, Recover, Toxic, Scald, Leftovers, Jellicent. The Psychic is really interesting to me, though. I wonder what that could be for. I actually don't know.
That is an oddity.
I think that Flareon set is kind of scary, actually. The max HP, the Flare Blitz clear, or the Fire clearly, so it can just wall Chi-Yu if Chi-Yu is stuck on on Flamethrower. Quick Attack's obviously for just chip. Trailblaze, I guess, covers water types, and then Toxic is just sword status. AV Guard, which I don't actually dislike. I don't know what other people's thoughts are. AV Guard with Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Brick Break.
I feel like you'd really want Recover.
I do agree.
Because otherwise this mon gets worn down so easily.
And that's it.
And like this mon's so good at kicking Stealth Rocks.
Being inventive with it.
Yeah, I don't dislike him being inventive with it. I do like that Glass Core set though. But like if you had like Stealth Rocks on, I mean actually no, not to be fair, because Bacon does have quite a few hazard removal options. Actually, he only brought Rapid Spin on Hitmontop, so that was his only recovery option or removal option.
I kind of would have liked to have seen a U-turn on the Gliscor, just for the fact that like this team doesn't really have any way to pivot around.
No, it doesn't. It has no pivots at all. And that feels like a normal Mega Torpedo set. I feel like I think the no stab is interesting, but I think Close Combat and Earthquake deal with Chi-Yu, but then CC they let you deal with other things as well. Like CC lets you deal with Actually, what does CC let you deal with on Bacon's team? Oh, like CC lets you deal with like Ambipom, and then likewise Earthquake lets you deal with stuff like Tox. So I think it's a good bring. On to Bacon's.
Kind of would have liked to have seen a waterfall over it. I just think Ink generally that's going to hit something like Celesteela harder. And if you want something specifically for Tox, Psychic Fangs probably would have just been better over Ice Fang. I don't know.
Well,
I'm just thinking
Ice
from
Fang
damage
lets you hit
number
Hydrapple
perspective.
really hard.
Alright,
Yeah.
there's a Hydrapple.
I will say, also, I fucking hate that Tim has misspelt Blahaj. Meanwhile, on the Bacon teams, we have Chi-Yu with 3 Fire-type moves and Dark Pulse and Specs. That is Chi-Yu with Flamethrower, Dark Pulse, Lava Plume, and Overheat. Huh. That's interesting.
I don't think you're ever clicking Lava Plume on that mod.
Feels like a pretty basic... I don't like the speed EVs on Hydrapple either. I really don't get what they're for.
Does it have
It
Nasty
fucking
Plot?
does. Again, it's just the base Smogon set imported, and I really dislike that. Because I don't think you understand what it's doing when you do that. Like, because look, if I pull up Hydrapple on here, it's going to show a set with 244 HP, 132 attack, 132 speed, and modest nature. Ready? 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 Oh, maybe I was actually a liar. I swear we've seen that. I swear we've seen these exact EVs before.
It debated you.
I swear we've seen these. Have we seen these exact EVs from Bacon before? I feel like we have. Is Bacon done this week yet?
Go.
Wait, yeah, Bacon brought the exact same EVs, versus Ben, but swapped the speed for Spadef. Or vice versa, swap the Spadef EV. So he had this with 132 Spadef over speed versus Ben. Same exact set. Lex, you need to give him a talking to. Tell him no.
I hope I'm locked in.
That is a defensive Celesteela set. I like the...
Is it max speed on Hitmontop or no?
Max HP, max attack.
Okay, yes, because I yelled at him.
I like that. I would have preferred AV over... I mean, it doesn't matter against Tim's team, but like I would have preferred AV over Boots, in all honesty.
Intimidate would have been nice.
No, I think if you're running Spadef based, I think Technician's actually better for stronger like Rapid Spam, Triple Excellent Bullet Punch.
I just like it more so given that Tim's 2 biggest carries are Iron Valiant and Sharpedo Mega.
Good point, never mind. Yeah, I would have preferred Intimidate. No, that would be better. That's not a bad Ambipom set. Kind of scary. I would have preferred, if you're running Terra Normal, I would have preferred over like Triple Axle. I would have preferred like Double Hit or something. Just a little bit more stab damage. That's a pretty good AV set for him on top. It's missing the AV though. And that's a Cramorant set, alright. Yeah. It's not a good Pokemon. It's not a bad Pokemon in my opinion. But
I'm a Cramorant fan.
He's a funny guy. It's gimmicky as hell. Let's see if it does anything. Ready? Alright, take a shot every time Cramorant does something. That's a high Hydrapple. Great.
Are you gonna tell me to just be sober this whole time?
Also, great Purifying Salt. Because now you just go for Salt Cure. Also, look at that damage. Like... And Tim gets off a really good Toxic. And probably, yeah, Gliscor is really good here. Oh no, not the nasty plot. Whatever shall we do? Oh no, I'm protecting. Oh no, Fickle Beam doesn't hit. Yeah, getting up rocks is good. Not taking that much damage, not good. But I just go for protect.
Oh, he reset though.
If only he had him on that could. Oh, we love gambling.
That second protect is actually huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good like tech hit. Very risky because I'm pretty sure I'm assuming that dies to a times
God,
3.
Yeah. He died at ×2 there. But to be fair, I don't think he had like a really good switch in, and like, but he does have like a good return kill, so I think it's fine. Like if Gliscor dies there, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. That heavy slam does a fucking lot, Jesus Christ. I feel like you just kind of go for Salt Cure there. Also, great rapid spin block. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Also, that triple axle does nothing. Jesus Christ. And now you're stuck with rocks up because there's no other hazard removal. No, Jellicent did really good.
Yeah, Jellicent just sort of like owns this game at this point.
Look at that damage. Does it get a burn?
That has Leech Seed, right?
Toxic Leech Seed. There it is. I think the recover is good there. Uh-oh. Ready? Ready? Dead. Not dead.
It dies to...
Jesus Christ.
Protect,
Flareon's been putting his fucking shift in. At the shift factory. Good fucking knockoff. Like, oh my god.
The shift in at the shift factory?
I don't know what I'm saying. But like, I feel like, yeah, you just go for recover here, right? Yeah. You just double recover. And now what, you go for Scald? Yeah. Oh, unlucky burn. I feel like you kind of have to go for Leech Seed, right? Oh, that is unlucky. So now you just go, oh, Brick Break. Hello. And bye, Chiyu.
Yeah, Chiyu gets one hit off.
Oh my god. Also, everyone's sober because Kramer did nothing. Chiyu basically did the same thing. God, look at that fake out damage. Look at that Brick Break damage. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to let Val just die and get in, like, anything to kill. Yep.
I want to put the vote up for
I
MVP
agree.
Jellicent. It put in so much work.
I agree. I think the Toxics were so good. It blocked the spin. It did very good work. This was definitely another team effort one. But I think Jellicent...
Yeah, but I agree with the Jellicent pick.
Fucking shift at the work factory, as I said.
No, that's not what you said. You said a shift at the shift factory.
They put in a shift at the shift factory, though. No, but I think it was very well played from Tim. Very good defensive pivots. I think this team's figuring out how it wants to play, and I really liked it. I also really like the roster moves that this team has made. Which, I guess we could... How about we briefly talk about them? Oh, I guess we should talk about Lia's as well. Oh, no, we have one more week of Lia's team. Right, never mind. Let's talk about, the poke teams, because he put in the announcement before week 5 started, but they wouldn't be active until week 6. So I feel like this is a fine time to talk about them. Gliscor has been traded away, which is kind of a shame because I feel like Gliscor definitely like showed up this match. But the team is picking up Thunderous Incarnate, which I think is a really good pickup. It gives the team like a special sweeper that it's looking for. Funnily enough, though, this team then picks up Gligar, because I do feel like the typing and utility that like that line can bring is really nice for Tim's team. So I think Gligar in a lower tier, especially when you are struggling with your tier 4s, is a really nice pickup, because the other change is also Drampa for Tatsugiri, which I feel like is just a flat net like improvement. What do you guys think on those changes?
Yeah, I think they're all just solid. I don't have much else to say largely because I think they just aid this team in like potentially performing better overall. As well, I'm a big Gliscor fan. I do think trading it for Thunderous Incarnate does allow for the team to do a bit more, and you still have Gligar.
Which I think is definitely an improvement over non-Terra Avalugg.
Yeah.
And then I think Tatsugiri over Drampa is just like a flat like buff. Like you gain Storm Drain, and you basically like you trade Storm Drain for Glare is what it really feels like you trade. Which because they both have hazard removal.
And also you pick up a new Rapid Spinner.
Yeah, Tatsugiri has like 5 moves at best.
I mean, to be fair, so does Drampa. Like, but I feel like
Drampa's at normal type, so it gets coverage, I think.
It gets a bit more coverage than Tatsugiri. Like Tatsugiri, you can literally have a whole page with its useful moves, and that's pretty much it.
I feel like Tatsugiri's like stat line is also just better.
The only detraction is like you lose out on Cloud 9, but I don't think Poke is going against any of the weather teams anyway.
Because it's like the good moves you have like Nasty Plot, you have Draco Meteor, you have Surf, you have Rapid Spin, you have Memento, you have Protect.
So yeah, it's pretty much it.
Like I feel like it's going. I feel like it's going to do more with these moves than Drampa was ever going to do for this team.
Yep. And a spinner's always nicer than a defogger.
Especially with how defensive this team does want to play. I will also say, I think the big thing about the Thunderous change and the Drampa change with those other new special attackers, it frees up Valiant to be a bit more like mixed in what it brings, which is Valiant's like specialty. But yeah, I think we've agreed. MVP Jellicent. Moving on. And that's the first half done. Now we move on to Zach versus Guy, which I think, if you all remember this battle, I've got a clear MVP for it. But
I don't think I watched it though, to be honest. Glad I don't see a Togekiss on the screen.
Very good for Zach. He's definitely been struggling.
For this one too, Julia. It's an interesting move that almost just sweeps. Yeah. I don't want to spoil anymore.
I'm trying to find the fucking... Did they not post their... They posted their pace for sure. Right? No, they didn't post their pace. Okay. Oh, Guy did. Okay. So Guy has brought Ruiner, or let's look at the teams. Zach has brought Iron Moth, Mega Beedrill, Regieleki, Gardevoir, Poltegeist, and Regice. Guy has brought Mega Medicham, Runerigus, Starmie, Amoonguss, Kyurem, and Licky. Kind of crazy that Licky has like come 4 times now. Like, definitely one of the most surprising, like, high up there appearance ones. This feels like a pretty standard Runariga set, I guess, with the exception of like Shadow Claw. But like, I mean, I feel like I've seen Shadow Claw. Does it get Poltergeist? Because I feel like you just kind of want Poltergeist, right?
I'm pretty sure it does. I could be
It
wrong though.
does.
Yes, it does.
No Toxic Spikes either. I mean, to be fair, there's Mega Beedrill and Iron Moth on this team. You're not bringing Toxic Spikes. What am I saying? Does it get regular Spikes? No, it gets Stealth Rocks and Toxic Spikes, but not Spikes. Weird.
Yeah.
But I feel like a Body Press or. I mean, to be fair, I guess. Do you have knockoffs on this team? No. Okay, so you're not even getting like rid of items. So I feel like, yeah, you kind of just want to go for Poltergeist, right? Unless you're really worried about accuracy.
Yeah, I'm assuming that was probably the thought process here.
I will say the other.
Otherwise, I don't see why you don't just go
other move I
Polty.
wouldn't have minded on this team. Maybe Destiny Bond or Disable, just like some like checking like moves, like choice bonds get walled by Disable. Destiny Bond can make it can force your opponent to make certain moves. Not as big. I'm just not big on the Shadow Claw that much, or like over other stuff, but it's not bad. That's a Mega Medicham set. Scarf Stormy is interesting, but I kind of like it. I'm not as big on the flip turn though for Scarf because just you're not gonna be able to really get as many pivots. I feel. And then there's that Amoonguss set where we have Stomping Tantrum.
Oh no, this is what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Stomping Tantrum is an interesting move. So for those who don't know, Stomping Tantrum, if your last move failed, so some of the ways that it fail, including moves called by other
Round version of Temper Flare.
Well, technically, it's older, so like, it's the temper.
That is true.
Version of Stomping Tantrum, or fire version of Stomping Tantrum. It has a strong niche though, especially when you have moves like Spore, which can fail, or Sludge Bomb on Steel types. Like you have, actually I don't know if that one counts, but a move that was blocked. Oh yeah, if moves blocked by Protect, it doesn't actually double the power. Fun fact. But yeah, it's interesting. Kyurem set's interesting. You know it's bad when you're running all special attacks, but then you have to run Dragon Dance for the speed boost.
Crazy.
Rocky MZ is really interesting. But no, I get the Rocky MZ because I'm assuming it lets Sudoku like Mega Beedrill and Iron Moth, which is not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, you pretty much get to check both of the most important mons.
I agree. Anyways, on to the battle. Also, Guy forgot nicknames. So Guy, you're now being given 6-0 loss over in the scores being adjusted. Good damage. Yeah, I think I got a comment where I said like, "Oh, crazy that like Licky Licky's come 4 times now," and then it's dead. Turn 5. And there goes Poltergeist.
Doesn't you want Poltergeist for Poltergeist on Runarigas because it might have been their way to deal with Poltergeist.
Oh, good point.
Sounds crazy. If they white herb Shell Smash,
as soon as you said
maybe
it,
that's the
Oh,
reason.
that does make sense.
Oh, that makes sense because they were also max Spadef. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand that now.
There we go.
Oh, and you make Beedrill lose adaptability here.
You see, I feel like if Zach had a lowering voice, that's really, really good. So I'm pretty sure you kill it. Because it goes through sub. Iron Moth. And then...
Yeah. Good night. That is smart.
Nice play with the regenerator.
Yeah, it's a lovely way to get some health back.
Red Judge is taking a nice nap.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you kind of just go for the... Oh, I was just like, go for the rapid spin, get rid of the rocks. Oh, there it is.
And here we just click funny move.
Score.
Oh, you failed your move.
Oh no.
That poison there. Good prediction with the Shadow Ball. I think he's predicting the... Yep. Mm-hmm. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you kind of just have to like let Regieleki die. Like it's definitely the most useless thing on your team right now. I think. Actually, no. I've been. Well, now it is at that health. Yeah.
Fully parried here. He still doesn't want to click Stomping Tantrum, but well, he's getting every prediction right.
I mean, it doesn't matter because I think anything dies to Sludge Bomb there. Mega Major doesn't really have health. I guess a Pokemon. And that's unlucky.
He gets fully parried here. Amoonguss would have just picked up. Was it? I think got 3 kills, right?
It's still MVP
Still?
in my eyes.
It's gone
still
4.
fucking MVP.
Yes. That's clear. I feel like.
He's the Amoonguss
Yeah.
carry.
Stomping Tantrum is a hell of a drug. And I think that's my nominee for like Mon of the Week right now. Is that fucking Amoonguss.
I can see it.
Moving on, we have Eli versus Maggie. Alright, so on Ellie's side we have Mega Gallade, Duraludon, Rotom Heat, Mimikyu, Roserade, and Greninja. On Maggie's side we have Pelipper, Mega Swampert, Gengar, Comfey, Tornadus, and Heliolisk. Alright, let's look at Ellie's team first. I like the Thunder Punch in order to threat on Mega Gallade in order to threaten like KOs on Pelipper. I like
No Leaf Blade surprised me.
That would have been good, yeah. I mean, to be fair, you like Oko it in rain, so I get why. Get rid of the rain earlier is probably the safer bet.
So there's actually an interesting thing because I actually do want to slightly criticize is the Mega Gallade here for a quick second. If Ellie had gone Agility instead of Sword Stance, it outspeeds everything, even in rain.
I also noticed they ran max HP over max attack.
That has been a consistent thing for Ellie every week I've seen.
Interesting. That feels weird. We have Terrafighting Duraludon, which I don't think is bad here, with Dragon Tail really good to like force your switches. Thunderbolt again really good against the rain team. Body Press is also really nice actually. But that's like general, especially for like defensive Duraludon. I like the Rotom set. It can do work. It's a Rotom Heat set. I think they've been running a very similar set. I really like the Mimikyu as like a counter to Mega Swampert with Wood Hammer. I've not been the biggest on Swords Dance Mimikyu. It feels really weak still. Cause it doesn't have the speed to use it.
I like it here with red card.
Mimikyu is just not that great, honestly.
I think the Rose Rage that I helped kind of make this was like the idea with the Focus Sash was that like it could tank a hit from Mega Swampert and like always return kill with Giga Drain. And then we have Battle Bond Greninja. That's just the Battle Bond Greninja set. Meanwhile, Maggie, if you want to talk about your set real quick.
Yeah, sure. So, Pelipper is just outright standard Pelipper. It's entirely EV'd around the idea of being able to tank a hit from, you know, Mega Gallade. Because I didn't think it would have room for Thunder Punch, not gonna lie. Because I thought it would absolutely run Leaf Blade. Meanwhile, Mega Swampert also pretty by the numbers. I ran Stealth Rock and Flip Turn here because of the fact that I was quite confident that Ellie had 2 discernible leads. Rotom Heat was probably the lead I expected the most. I've led that quite frequently. And Mega Swamp just goes into that just fine and that can then just pivot with Flip Turn right after. Surprisingly, Ellie didn't bring Vaporeon.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Vaporeon was a very good bring here. Like, obviously he struggles with Heliolisk, but like it's really good versus Mega Swampert.
Yeah. Which is also why I brought Stealth Rocks on Mega Swamp this week, because I was full on expecting that there would be a Vaporeon, so I could just call out a switch to Vaporeon and get the rocks up for free. Gengar is pretty bog standard. I put Trick and Toxic on there as like just in case things since I was running Black Sledge this week. It didn't need anything other than Shadow Ball realistically, I felt. Comfey is entirely built to revenge kill Gallade, or at least stall out Gallade if it was running agility.
Interesting. I like it though.
Tornadus is also pretty much there to tank things and just be a pivot monster.
I love the Weather Ball Bearing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something we need to talk about with this
Heliolisk
Heliolisk. I'm seeing it now. Yeah, you want to discuss it?
So, that was the other thing. Heliolisk felt really good into, specifically Rotom Heat. Because if, Rotom Heat, didn't click Overheat, generally, Heliolisk is completely fine. And, then there's the fact that I am Terra Ground, and I have Mud Slap. So I was fully prepared if, Vaporeon did come, to just be able to throw out a free ground type, and just Mud Slap the Vaporeon.
I see it. I like it. Alright, let's get into the battle. Alright, and now, let's begin the battle. I think, yeah, Pelipper is a pretty obvious start. I think Duraludon's a really good counter to that, especially because it does get T-Bolt. But getting Rocks up is also wonderful. Losing Eviolite hurts, but yeah, that Assault Vest already coming in clutch. I think Assault Vest is such a really good item for Torn. And it's already getting value out of that U-turn. I like the Terra here.
I'm right here. This is just pure go for damage.
I think
Dragon Tail was
really
surprising though. And then I don't chance being outsped.
I like the Dragon Tail. I think over the Thunderbolt could have been really good there. I will say I think if Ellie goes for Body Press, it dies. Gren's really good switching into Gengar. Obviously you gotta worry about Focus Blast, but that's kind of like like a gamble. I would prefer a Water type move. I feel like a Water type move in Rain would have killed.
It was actually a really good pivot for me to test there as well because I could check for Protean.
No, that's true. Unfortunately, losing Gren early really hurts, in my opinion. Excellent switch. It's such a good switch into Rotom. I feel like Rotom is very abusable in that regard, where you know it's going to be like Volt Switch and Scarf.
What turn there?
However,
Here's the fun bit. I was totally betting on that being a Sash. Goes right, no lie.
Yeah.
And then losing the Choice Scarf is really rough.
Volt Switch there. Or I don't know.
I can kind of see the overheat.
Yeah, losing Duraludon isn't good. Yeah, Mimikyu kind of comes in for free.
I pretty much have to Shadow Ball because of guaranteed to go for SD. Getting the speed drop is really rough for them.
I don't think that speed you though. If they didn't get it, yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I had triage anyway.
I mean, like, if they went for like Shadow
I just
Snake.
wanted the HP back at that point. Gengar gets to clean a little. And then the scariest mon in the battle.
Yeah.
My mindset is I can't risk it setting up at all, so I just had to sack Gengar. Then Comfey does its job.
Yeah, I feel like if we went for like Swords Dance over the first Psycho Guy, it'd be in a lot scarier of a spot. Yeah, losing Pelipper really hurts there. I mean, actually, no, it doesn't matter. You're happy to. What did I say?
It's actually a free win.
Really...
It's another optimal give up Pelipper to win the game situation.
I don't like that. I mean, it's over. It's over by this point for Ellie. Like, yeah, Mega Swampert just kind of cleans up.
Yeah, Galeta taking too much damage, and not having Leaf Blade, you were sort of fucked anyway.
If there was rain up, it didn't matter. Especially without agility. Now, who is the MVP here? I kind of want to say it's not Mega Swampert again. This does feel more like a team effort.
Yeah, Swamp just sort of like comes in and does the cleanup once again. It's hard to really pinpoint because I feel Comfey does a lot, but also low-key Gengar does a good amount of contributing.
How many kills does Gengar get?
Gengar kills both Roserade and Duraludon.
I lean more towards Comfey.
But I do agree on Comfey because overall it does essentially do so much chip work throughout the battle.
I agree. Someone say Comfey. Alright, moving on.
Table 2 weeks in a row.
3 battles left. In the first set, we have Bushie versus Nate. Alright. Did they send pastes? No. Hang on. Unless they did this like earlier.
Bushie did.
Bushie did?
Yeah. I remember looking at that.
Battle on the 28th. Hang on. Bushie did not send a paste.
Oh, am I I could have sworn I looked over it for this week.
Well, that's Lex's phone. Nope, I don't see it.
Okay.
So, we got it right. So, on Bushie's side, we have Claydol, Moltres, Golden Go, Lycanroc, Megalop, and Hydreigon. On Nate's side, we have Prim, Armaldo, Manectric, Golbat, or not Golbat, Crobat, Metagross, and Ogerpon. Hearthflare. Let's jump into it. Yeah, that instant turn 1 turn, that's really not a good turn 1 for you to be in. The rapid spin is interesting. I wonder what Bushie was like prepping for there.
Mm.
Yeah, Scald's good there. I'm surprised at how little damage it is, so I'm guessing it's bulky. But then I see that damage. Also, look at that damage. Also, we now know it's Scarfed. Which I feel like, in that regard, should have been like the most predictable switch for Nate.
This is definitely a battle where we really see firsthand a hard to deal with pressure that is Bushie's combo.
Good burn, that's chip. That drop's actually really nice. Especially, I feel like Nate's trying to like fish for a skull burn, but isn't getting it. I'm guessing that they didn't have. Oh, there it is. They didn't have flip turn, which I really don't like. Also, I feel like you really want Primarina out of this position. There we go. But, like, I feel like this is not the Pokemon you want to have take. I mean, okay, never mind. It's not a recover. I feel like you just go for like a knockoff or U-turn because you know Moltres is coming in. Yeah, like Prim's dead.
Then like yeah, you lose Prim
Moltres is a good swap
unfortunately.
in here, especially because you know. Actually, I was gonna say Claydol probably comes out here. This is not your switch in. Ah, maybe it is.
Yeah, Metagross does potentially just get. Yeah, it's bad.
What's crazy is like if you don't Terra there, it actually one shots. Yeah, it feels weird to say Armaldo has been one of Nate's best performing mons.
Never underestimate a Fossilmon.
I will. Some of them are ass.
Yeah, that's fair. Then Megalop just cleans up. Goldingo.
I agree. It's Goldingo.
It just controlled the game state.
I agree. 100% with you. It was really good. Moving on, we have Ben versus Foe. And they did put their pace.
Place your bets, folks. Is Julia gonna like the Quagsire set?
Alright. Starting with Ben, we have... we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. We're slowly getting there.
The attack investment is a little sketch, in my opinion.
Could be worse. I like the Zoroark set. Vileplume runs into the exact same issue as normal. I like the Primeape set. Kind of preferred Rage Fist over Shadow Claw though. I would have really liked some speed investment. I don't like bulky Primeape, especially without Eviolite. What?
I don't like bulky Primate ape with band.
Good point, yeah. Don't like the facade.
No rapid spin on
bring that up. I don't like the Kamala set at all. I don't like the speed. It feels. I don't know, like in Primeape, they just feel weird. I don't like the manual sun on Vileplume. I really don't.
The speed also feels sort of weird on Mawile, since that's not even really a
I
fast mon to
agree. I
begin
also
with.
don't like the facade. I don't like the double facade. Yeah.
Yeah, the facades feel really odd when I don't think foes really been determining games through
I agree.
status.
Well, let's look at Foe's team. We've got.
We got a Crocodile though.
Pretty. I feel like for what Crocodile wants to bring, that's a pretty normal set. I think his Terra, right? Yeah. Yes, it is. It is. It is. It's
I don't.
terrifying 'cause it's.
I think it's also very nice because I think Crocodile actually walls
It does.
Mega Mawile.
Yes. It absolutely does. It's probably why it's here. I like the Swampert set. That feels like actually a pretty good Tread set. That feels like a pretty standard Zapdos set. I like the Roaring Moon set, and that feels like pretty standard kind of. It's got Giga Drain over like Wish Protect, and it's so Moonblast is pretty standard, but like, that's really I'm curious what the speed's for as well.
Hard to tell. I don't know what it outright gets to speed creep.
I'm not quite sure.
Maybe it's to make sure you speed creep Prime.
No, we wouldn't be able to.
Go.
Could be like Kamala. Oh, could be Kamala. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Choice Band's already gone, and again, you've got no like little attack investments, so now you're really weak. That feels wasted. Like, okay. And there's another one.
Does Roaring Moon just take the... Okay, thank God.
Like, I don't know, I feel like Kamala kind of just stays in there in the first place. I don't like that swap out.
Yeah, the swap out to, Zoroark just felt like a no.
Now this, I like this.
I will say I'm a little surprised as to swapping out the Mega Mawile back there, because I actually think you could have taken that Earthquake.
I don't think so. Not without HP, not with no HP investment.
Oh yeah,
What
right.
I would have liked to have seen actually here, I'm wondering. Actually, maybe that's why Mega Mawile is max speed, so it outspeeds Crocodile, I guess. What I would have liked to see is actually on this.
Then it shouldn't be staying in
say,
with Crocodile anyway.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. Like on this turn, I would instead of keeping Quagsire in, I would have liked to see Ben go to Mega Mawile because completely the wall is Fortress and forces that swap where you can just get like a Play Rough or an Iron Head off and really hurt something. Or switch to Vileplume and then go for like Sludge Bomb. But like that feels a little bit more risky when there's treads in the field. Or Crocodile.
This does get you the Sunny Day, but now Crocodile gets to be a thing.
Again, I don't like this Manual Sun. I'd love to see Ben pick something up like with Ninetales up that is a free agent, especially when I feel like Quagsire has been very underutilized.
Does Crocodile sweep?
I think it does.
It almost does.
Oh, okay, Roaring Moon just cleans up though. Oh yeah, yeah. Bringing the Sunny Day was a really bad move against this team. I feel.
Yeah.
See. Yeah, that's MVP Roaring Moon. This thing just like completely kind of destroyed this team. Yeah, I don't know. Roaring Moon looked really good here. And lastly, we have Jommy versus Hannah.
Now, this was an interesting game.
Very interesting. A lot of back and forth. there's no. We unfortunately do not have cards again, or teams again. Pace. So let's go to teams. Jommy has brought Melmetal, Mega Venusaur, Melodic, Talonflame, Flygon, and Aromatisse. And then Hannah has brought Torkoal, Mega Houndoom, Great Tusk, Venusaur, Shiftry, and Walking Wake. That's...
I love the bringing of Mega Venusaur into a Sun team because like Fat's just nuts here.
Yeah. Especially when there's no Hatterene. I mean, then like Hatterene with like Sludge Bomb, you kind of check. No, I think it's definitely
yeah, like
tough team.
Mega Venusaur in general just looks insanely good into Hannah's team.
I think this is that's a kind of an unlucky drop as well for Hannah. Yeah, I feel like that kind of feels like an obvious swap. Or switching. Wake is an interesting switch here for me.
Wake not being speed boosted is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, Shiftry. Let's see what Shiftry can do. Go for a growth. And then it goes for the Z. Black Hole Eclipse. And that unfortunately doesn't kill, so then Shiftry dies for its sin. Yeah, I feel like Houndoom is actually a really good switch in here. I think you make it. If you go with Dark Pulse, I think that thing dies. Yeah, if you go Dark Pulse, that dies. I feel like Dark Pulse would have been like a pretty safe move, actually.
I'm assuming that Melmetal might have been AB.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would kill though. Melmetal doesn't have high spit F, and Houndoom has Mega Houndoom has a very high spit attack. I feel like that would have killed.
Very good wish.
Wish pass. And it's good Terra growth.
Tonight is just a night of
I'm
mispronunciations for
kill.
you.
Good kill. I think Sludge Bomb is a pretty safe move in case
I
the Aromatisse switched in. Now we're about to have a frog off.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Overball does hurt a bunch though. You die for it, but you absolutely want to do as much damage to that Mega Venusaur.
So I think...
Once again, I feel like wrong move call. Cause like if Houndoom had gone for Flamethrower off the bat, you kill Venusaur anyway. I think at that HP.
Oh, what was that again? Oh god, yeah. I guess you're worried about the melodic switch in.
And then you are in Sun. This rain dance is just huge.
Especially keeping it for this late. Like, because like both the grass types are dead. The stuff that threatens Melodic is dead. If Melodic's Marvel skill as well, Hannah just made her job even harder. Getting rid of leftovers is good there, but like nothing kills. Looking recovers now. Oh no, Ice Beams gets the kill. I mean, this is over for Jar's side. I mean, I feel like you just have to go for Dark Pulse, right?
Going for a Flamethrower is just not the
are
right
you
call at all
predicting
because you still have
Are you
rain.
predicting the switch into Aromatisse? It dies. It dies to Rocks and Flame into Dark Pulse. Good flinch though. Like, look at the damage you're taking between Solar Power and Toxic. This really is it's over by this point. This definitely feels like a few move choices I can't really see the desire for those move, I guess, when there feel like there could have been better outs for Hannah.
I think the big problem came down to trying to play the prediction game too much.
Yeah, I agree.
I will say I feel like Milotic ultimately claims that MVP position. It sort of just claimed the game at
once
the
those
end.
grass types were dead, it was kind of just like, it just walls everything. I agree.
And to be honest, if it doesn't flinch, I think it just ends the game.
So, now on to our Pokemon of the week, because I think we have our weekly MVP, week 4 Mons and matches, our MVPs are my Dragapult, Violet's Piloswine, Lex's Clodsire, Andro's Heatran, Poke's Jellicent, Guy's Amoonguss, your Comfey, Bushie's Golden Go, Foe's Roaring Moon, and Jommy's Melodic. What do you think is Pokemon of the week?
So it's in some ways it's got to be between. I feel like the Amoonguss and Milotic both sort of like almost claimed the position for similar reasons. But it's really hard because this is a week where a lot of teams were just using their full arsenals.
I will say, I feel like I kind of lean more into Amoonguss for its matchup, because I feel like, as we've discussed, a lot of things Hannah could have done to make Melodic have been not as much of an issue as it was. And thus, I feel like I want to give it more to Amoonguss then, because it feels more like it was more directly Amoonguss was the reason that team did as well as it did.
Yeah, I see that. I'm down for it to ultimately be Amoonguss.
All right, and that, I guess I'll decide it.
Only
Congratulations to
are
Amoonguss. And that'll conclude our week 4 show. We'll see y'all next week with week 5.